According to NewJersey.com, the man, who remains anonymous pending an investigation, allegedly walked on roofs and tried breaking into several homes Saturday. Little information was provided during a press release Sunday from the Attorney General's office, which investigates any death that happens during an encounter with police or while in police custody. The man was taken to St. Joseph's Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead at 6:22 p.m. Sunday evening. Now onto our weather update. Today we're expecting thunderstorms at the high of 72 degrees and a low of 60 degrees with a 70% chance of rain and winds of up to 6 miles per hour. We're also expecting a humidity level of 85% during the day and 89% at night.
Thank you, Panos. That you never fail to amaze me with your newscast, Panos. Trent, please tell us the sports world.
Well, New York football teams rejoice. That's right, both the Giants and the Jets got their first wins of the season, both by means of overtime victory. Nationally, the game of the week lived up to its title, pitting Tom Brady and Bill Belichick against each other for the first time ever. In a game for the ages, the Buccaneers pulled it out, making Tom Brady the fourth quarterback to beat every team in the NFL. For Montclair State, they lost their first conference game this past Saturday, playing the 14th ranked team in the country in Salisbury. Quarterback Jaquil Birch struggled early and often, throwing 4 interceptions en route to a 27-7 final. The Red Hawks look to next week as they face TCNJ in the homecoming game this Saturday at Sprague Field.
Thank you, Trent. That's a big day for New York. It makes me very happy. I see you very happy about your shirt too.
Yep,
You got to rep. You got to rep them the day after they win. You just got to rep them in general.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's going to make you feel really cathartic, Trent, because guess what? The Eagles lost again.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Kansas City pulled out the dub. It was a good
close,
Sunday.
though.
It was a rare Sunday where I was able to kick back, enjoy it.
Oh, I don't get those Sundays.
Yeah. Well,
unfortunately, I have to hear about it the next day. And you don't even mention the Eagles, even though I'm the only one who watches the Eagles.
Yeah. You're in North Jersey now. None of the South Jersey news up here.
But pork roll is so delicious.
Okay, we're done. We're gonna move on to our
That's where
stories.
we move on.
I got to keep to a schedule here, people.
I know.
Mike, please tell us our first story for today.
Our first story of the day is that the virus surge hits New England despite high vaccination rates. Even though they have the highest rates of vaccination in the country, the Delta variant is hitting the Delta variant is hitting New England the hardest, as in the New England states. Hospitals across the region have completely packed intensive care units and staff shortages, while public officials plead with unvaccinated to get vaccinated. Even though parts of New England are seeing record case counts, hospitalizations, and deaths that rival pre-vaccine peaks, largely among the unvaccinated, the region hasn't seen the impact of the Delta variant wave as bad as other parts of the country. According to the statistics from the Associated Press, the 5 states with the highest percentage of fully vaccinated population are all in New England. Despite the relatively high vaccine rates, the U.S. as a whole is averaging just about 55%. Dr. Gretchen Volpe, an infectious disease specialist at the 48-bed York Hospital in Maine, said the Delta surge has made it harder to find care for patients who need more assistance. Dr. Volpe said, quote, "The physicians who are transferring people have commented to me that they keep having to go farther and call more places to achieve that goal." On Friday, the United States crossed the threshold for 700,000 deaths from COVID-19. The deaths during the Delta surge have been unrelenting. In hotspots in the South, New England has been at the other end of the spectrum, but the region is still coping with some of the surge that has ravaged other parts of the country.
Thank you, Mike. Now, please tell us our second top story. Second top? Is that a thing? Second top?
It's the second place. It's like
number 2.
It's the
It's the
participation
Eagles.
trophy.
It's the Eagles.
It's the participation. You know what? We're not going to do this right now, Kenny. Because
I'm
I will
enjoying it. We
go
can
on a
keep
rant
doing
about
this.
pork roll and pineapple on pizza as long as I can.
I like pineapple on pizza.
Okay, sorry.
Trent.
It's the second
Trent.
story. Let's just go.
Trent's cool. Response time question in Southern California on oil spill. An estimated 126,000 gallons of oil leaked into the water on the coast of California, and some washed up on the shores of Orange County. It was caused by a suspected leak in an underwater pipeline that fouled the sands oil of framed Hurlington Beach and could keep the beaches there closed for weeks or longer. Some residents, business owners, environmentalists questioned whether the authorities reacted fast enough to contain the oil spill, which was one of the largest oil spills in recent Californian history. But it wasn't until Saturday afternoon that the Coast Guard said an oil slick had been spotted in a unified command established to respond, and it took until Saturday night for the company that operates the pipeline believed responsible for the leak to shut down operations. Huntington Beach Mayor Kim Carr said the beaches of the community, nicknamed Surf City, could remain closed for weeks or even months. The oils created a miles-wide sheen in the ocean, washed ashore in silky black and sticky black
Globules.
It's globules.
Globules.
Kenny, that's a $5 word. It's 7 a.m, and you want me to do a $5 word?
I do. Speaking of money, our next story also has to do with it. $30,000, not five. This story: a former Roman Catholic pastor admitted he stole $30,000 from his Pennsylvania parish, money which he spent on a beach house on the New Jersey shore, and men with whom he had sexual relationships. Monsignor Joseph McLoone pleaded guilty Thursday to misdemeanor theft charges and was sentenced to 5 years probation, the first 9 months of which he will complete under house arrest. He's also going to have to perform community service. McLoone initially was accused of stealing nearly $100,000 from the St. Joseph Parish in Downingtown, but he eventually reached a plea deal with Chester County prosecutors. He has been on administrative leave since his resignation from St. Joseph in 2018. Prosecutors said McLoone diverted funds into secret accounts and misappropriated fees charged to parishioners, while also doubling the amount he collected as a stipend for each mass, wedding, and funeral. They said he used the money to pad his salary and for a beach house that was aforementioned in Ocean City in New Jersey, as well as for the men he was dating. As for our story in Montclair, New Jersey for the day, we have got a story about the Women's Rights March that happened Saturday in front of
New York.
What was that?
Was that New York or in Montclair?
It was in Montclair.
Oh, wow.
There was one in New York as well, but
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
It's all right. In front of hundreds of women and allies, the New Jersey Women's March for Reproductive Rights held in Montclair. Montclarian Marjorie Mayfield Grayson shares her grandmother's story in the 1920s as she had performed a self-abortion. She said that, quote, "I don't remember my grandmother who died when I was 1, and I don't recall my exact reaction to learning of this other than admiration of strength for the woman I knew only through the outside days of her life. Of course, I never thought I would have to deal with the need for an abortion, but I certainly knew that safe, legal abortions could be necessary for all sorts of reasons." Grayson said that in 1992, at the age of 40, and expecting her second child, she had to make the decision to end her pregnancy after her doctor told her the childbirth was not going to be easy, or she may not even survive the pregnancy. She's able to do so the next day at an abortion clinic in New Jersey. She said that she was the last one leaving the clinic because she was further along in her pregnancy, and after that long day, she went back home to her daughter, whose hugs helped her overcome the awful day. She said she recovered, but she lost 2 additional pregnancies. The march, township and state leaders took up the stage to share their support for people like Marjorie and other support for more comprehensive reproductive rights for women, not only in New Jersey and Montclair, but and across the nation, such as we all know, Texas. That is going to cover our 4 top stories for the day. We're going to take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz. We'll be right back with comedian John Poveromo. Please stay tuned.
Are you eating a yogurt while you're driving? You need both hands on the wheel.
I need to get the most important meal of the day.
Mom, since when do you have a TikTok? How are you making a TikTok while you're driving? You're driving with your knees.
Renegade. We got.
Welcome to the show, John. I gave you a whole paragraph there, and you just didn't hear it because I accidentally had myself on mute. The entire thing.
Oh shit!
It was great. It was great.
We were hyping you up.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks
Anyway,
for having me on, guys.
yeah, anytime. So, what were your first reactions upon hearing of Jim Brewer canceling shows over COVID vaccine requirements?
Well, first I had no idea he had gotten his PhD in virology and everything. I had no idea he went to school for that. No, I mean it's just ridiculous because he is, it's one of those situations where he's still a big enough name where I feel like I expect more, you know what I mean, from people like that and people in that position, because he is, let's be honest, he's the safest he can be when he's out there performing. He's doing theaters. Basically, he was supposed to do the Wellmont, I believe, which, I mean, there's nobody safer in that situation than a Jim Brewer. So for him to go out there and say, he's refusing to play places that require a vaccine passport is just basically saying, like, I don't care if my audience gets sick because I'm fine, So that seems very cowardly to me. And I'm just kind of surprised that he went ahead and did it because, I mean, he's basically Goat Boy. So the fact that anybody remembers who he is at this point is, I think, fortunate, and he should be, considered lucky for that kind of a thing. But yeah, I was kind of shocked because it seems unnecessary, but it also seems like a just a way to get money and dumb people and attention and stuff like that. And it's kind of a bummer.
I will agree with you. I will agree with you, John. I do think that is a bummer, but at least for the Wellmont Theater, Brewer would have been far safer than anyone else in the building. He would have been far enough away from the stage by himself that he would have like no problems with the audience, and he would have been one of the ones they would have been the ones putting themselves in danger. How do you think that reflects on Brewer himself?
I think it just shows that it's about the bottom line for him, which is odd because I know, I won't speak too much on it, but his wife has a lot of health issues, which is also surprising that he would want to even risk being around or in an environment where he could possibly pass that on to his wife. None of it makes any real sense, and I think it just kind of goes to show you that a lot of it is theater for these people and these comedians and stuff like that who talk about freedom and that it's a fake virus. It's like the flu and all the other stuff. It's really just about the bottom line. It's about making money for them. And it's on a couple levels too, because these are the people who have the ability to set an example, and it's not going to cost them anything. This guy can play theaters that are requiring vax passports. This guy can do any of that stuff with great ease. It's the comics and performers and musicians and everything like myself who have to be out on the road and have to do these clubs, and it's much harder for us, and we kind of look to people who have been relatively famous and around for that much longer to set these examples, because if they don't do it, then it's easier for clubs and stuff like that to abuse us, and it's just a shame. I mean, I've taken a personal risk, I think, to say that I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to perform at places that are going to put my audience in danger, that are going to put me in danger. And I think it's a good thing to set an example and to show that, we can kind of demand, safety for smaller venues and clubs and stuff like that.
Something that I've been wondering about since I heard about this was and you briefly touched on this just for a second, that the fact that he has such a big platform it's more problematic. What are the dangers of celebrities denouncing the vaccine or even other things, as opposed to someone who just doesn't have that level of notoriety? What if it's just a small time comic?
Yeah, I think it just winds up, I think it winds up hurting their audience more than anything else, because they're the unvaccinated are the ones that are populating the hospitals. They're the ones that are, inevitably getting sick and passing it on. And the thing that I don't understand, or why people can't seem to grasp, is the longer that there are people that are unvaccinated and they're going about it like it's not a big deal, is the longer we're going to stay in this. The unvaccinated are the ones that create the variants. And then there's the ones that are most likely to spread it. So for, people who are in a position where they can really kind of dictate, because here's the thing, I think, unfortunately, and I'm not usually this type of person, but I think capitalism is actually going to be a thing that winds up kind of helping in this situation, because the businesses that adapt and evolve, especially the ones that did it in the beginning, are the ones that are going to thrive. It's not like after things open back up and we started getting vaccines and stuff, The businesses that adapted were like, all right, that's it, shut down the outdoor seating, we're no longer doing curbside. They were like, this is great, like our businesses expanded, we wound up giving our customers more, and they're the ones that are thriving, and the ones that didn't are the ones that are shutting down. It's going to be the same case, I think, over time, with these entertainers or bigger performers who decide to put the public in danger for their own bottom line.
Yeah.
And
Very
it's
much.
temporary. It's not going to be, it's not like they're going to have much of an audience left after this.
That is true. And following up on that, how do you think this decision by Brewer affects his fans? Do you think it'll have an impact on people who attend his shows in the future?
I would hope. I mean, I think there's already been a bit of a pushback, but it's hard to say because he's appealing to a very baseline group of people. You know what I mean? Like they already have fear. They're already filled with conspiracy. He's basically decided which audience he's going for, and I don't know that there's any real way to change their minds. It's just sad to see because we really need everybody for a change to pull together as a group. I mean, this was only a politicized issue because of Trump. And that seems to have carried over into every other aspect of life where it's not a politics thing. It's really not. It's a public health emergency. And if you understand public health and what a public health emergency entails, like you can't just walk down the street and decide to give somebody something that could potentially kill them. And it's one of those, I mean, look at the way people reacted to the AIDS epidemic. You know what I mean? A thing that you couldn't even, get by sneezing or breathing on somebody or through the same means. They were freaking out about that kind of stuff back in the day, like taking unnecessary precautions over that. And they're just like, this is legitimately killing people. What is it, like over 900K so far that have died? And they're just like, yeah, no, we want to go to the Fuddruckers. You're just like, I don't think that's a good idea. It's weird.
It's crazy to me that it's something that it's become kind of so not accepted, but widespread in a way that there's more than just like 12 people or something being like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, it is genuinely millions of people, which is shocking to me. And
Well, I mean, look at the article from earlier, only 55%.
yeah, only
in the US.
55%. That's shocking. That's just about half the country. And that's shocking to me because I imagine not only on the public health level, but financially, that is making places like the Wellmont have a lot of problems. I can only assume that they probably took a hit as a result of Jim Brewer dropping out. How much do you think?
I don't think they took a hit.
Really?
I mean, Lewis
Really?
Black is, I mean, Lewis Black is going to be there, and Lewis Black's a significantly better and I think bigger comic. I think there's enough entertainers that are doing this kind of thing. Like the Counting Crows recently put out a statement a few months ago saying the same thing, that you got to get a COVID test and you have to be vaccinated if you want to go to the shows. And they're crushing it, and they're doing a ton of tour dates and all the other stuff. I think the Mountain Goats said the same thing. Another band, Patton Oswalt's doing only vax shows. I mean, there's a significant amount. It just surprised me. I guess it shouldn't have, how literally every news outlet in New Jersey seemed to pick up on Brewer. You know what I mean? Like first of all, he's not even really a New Jersey comic, by the way. He happens to live in New Jersey. He's not from New Jersey. But they picked up on it quickly, which I think says more about
I think it's because it was the Wellmont.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, it was because it was the Wellmont. But I mean, they picked up on it in a way that was, not that they were necessarily for him. Like, look at NJ 1015, which is a conservative radio station to begin with, anyway, right? And it was they snagged that immediately and then put their own 2 cents into it, basically saying they agree with the same, with Brewer, and that they believe he's being brave and stuff like that. I think NJ.com picked up on it. I mean, it was an unnecessary amount of coverage to just cover a moron, not doing the right thing. and not having anybody really contest it. And that's the only reason why I felt like, hey, you know what? No one's speaking out. I lived in New Jersey for years, and I'm been doing stand up for 16 years, and I tour across the country, and I felt like, this guy, even though he's getting a lot of press, this isn't the only thought out there, isn't the only opinion on it. And it was kind of annoying because it's like, he can afford to dictate whatever he wants. He doesn't need to go this route. He doesn't need to be this ignorant about it. It's not affecting him. If he wants to play the Wellmont and other theaters that are requiring backs, he could even sway, a smaller comedy club or a business. I think he just did the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, which unfortunately I have to assume now, unless Brewer's a hypocrite and he's performing at a place that's requiring vaccinations, and no one's covering it, that I have to assume the Stress Factory is the same way, and they're not requiring anybody, get vaccinated, or they're not requiring their staff to wear masks or do have capacity. It's a shame.
It is a shame. And this next question we actually didn't have planned. It's just our sportscaster. He asked me a great question that he wants to ask you. Trent, please.
Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Thank you. I'd love to get your take on why you think, or if you think, the internet is contributing at all to people not getting vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just sorry.
It is. You're right. You're right. It is. There is a large. Well, here's the thing about the internet. I mean, we're all way more aware of each other than we need to be, at this point, and it is a huge contributing factor. And I think YouTube just announced they're taking down any videos that are, that give out misinformation about vaccines, or try to I think put any doubt in anybody's mind about the safety of vaccines, which is great. I think that's if they should be doing that kind of stuff, because it doesn't, I don't think freedom comes at a cost of, your own public safety or your own public health. There's a certain point, like a Joe Rogan guy, like I like Joe, I met him, nice guy, decent comic or whatever. His show is interesting for the most part. But as soon as you go from, casually talking about a topic to just putting out information that isn't true, that it's causing people in the country, in your community, to get sick, to not be, healthy, then you're no longer just an entertainer. Then you're no longer just a podcaster. You have millions of followers and a responsibility to the community. And I think that's the same way. And the internet does contribute to it. I mean, the internet allows everybody to find their little pocket group. Because it used to be, if you had a dumb opinion, you thought you were the only one who had that dumb opinion, and you were publicly shamed. Now you get to go online and go, oh, there's a Facebook group with 30 people in it that agree with me. You know what I mean? And then you get to just, you don't have to actually think rationally anymore. So yeah, it's a huge problem. But I think, these platforms are, for better or worse, are trying at this point to clean it up and to fix it. But,
there's only so much
too late or not. Yeah, it could be too late at this point. It could be a tipping point. I feel like it's hard to get dragged back into society by morons, but that's what it feels like now. I mean, we're never going to be able to do a lockdown again. Because it barely worked. We never really did a lockdown the last time. If we did a lockdown, we wouldn't be in the position we're in now. But New Jersey didn't want to do it, and Murphy's been doing a good job, but let's face it, he's got an election coming up. So it's not like he's going to, demand vax passports for entertainment venues and clubs. It's up to the entertainment venues and the clubs, and it's up to the entertainers to set an example.
Yeah.
And I think they can.
Speaking of the entertainers, what have you been doing for shows recently that has been different from other comics? And I heard that you broke a record back in January for a live streamed event.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what have you been doing differently?
Yeah. So that's the thing that I really do find. If you're looking for a silver lining during the pandemic and stuff, there's definitely a bunch, basically, the venues that are, kind of not paying people enough, or arguing over vax passports and other stuff, they wound up closing down for the most part. They didn't survive, but we did, the entertainers did, the workers did, the same people who went out and figured out a way to make money without, and let's say not in a traditional sense, kind of survive through this. And the comedians did it in a way where we built this stuff. I went and bought mics, cameras, and all that other stuff. And for one of the things we did was we put together a charity event that broke a world record. We did 93 hours. We did it for the Children's Brain Tumor Foundation and for STAR treatments, which takes kids to and from their treatment centers for cancer, like they're rock stars, which is just amazing. And but it was just one of those awesome things I got to co-produce and host. And I just called in a lot of favors from a lot of different, comedians. We had over like 300 comedians come on, and they were only supposed to stay for like a little bit for their time slot, but it wound up being so cathartic that everybody had the link to jump on, that it was just this giant backstage hang at some point. So everybody was popping on at all hours, just to see how we were doing, how much money we had raised, all the other stuff. So that was phenomenal. And then I also put together my own podcast called Dystopia Tonight, and which has been crazy because I got to speak to people like Ed Asner. Did actually one of his last interviews, which is crazy. And Everclear, and we got the guitarist from Third Eye Blind coming on, and John Cleese will be coming on, Dana Carvey. It's just been crazy, but I was like, I just want to talk to interesting people during this time. And then wound up moving past that.
Well, I would like to say you're doing probably what is a lot of people are doing, but you're doing it in an innovative way, as you said earlier, with businesses trying to find new ways to do things, and who knows, this might become the standard.
Right.
But
we did Zoom shows and stuff, but it was, hopefully those don't last too long, much longer.
Yeah,
we did what we had to do for that kind of stuff, but
I've read many an interview that it takes you guys out of the feeling because of you don't really have that audience reaction right away.
Right. And the thing is, look, New York clubs are all comedy clubs in New York are requiring vax passports. And you can do it. It can be done here. I did a charity gig recently for the YMCA. They wanted to do it indoors initially. And I was like, the Delta variant spreading, I'm not comfortable doing it if you want. And I was basically just very honest about it. But I was like, you want me to do it? I'd be happy to do it. But if you do, I need it to be, I need people to be vaccinated, and I need to be outdoors in a tent. And they did it. They didn't have to, they didn't have to stick with me, but they agreed. They felt it was necessary. And, I feel like if I didn't say anything, it would have been just indoors. Yeah, and I think you can make those adjustments.
Right. So following up on that, what do you think the safest way is to start bringing like back in-person entertainment again? And is it even the time to do so?
Yeah, I think you can do it. I think you can do it if, the best way to do it is if you can do it outside, that's great. But in the winter, same thing. I think the best way to do it is we need vaccine passports. We need people to understand that if you don't, get this vaccination, then you don't get to be among other civilized society. And, that's basically it. If you don't get it, you're basically just telling people that you don't care. You know what I mean? You're willing to spread this disease, this virus, this disease or whatever, and you don't care about anybody else's health. And vaccine passports seem to be the way to go. It's unfortunate. It's not something that I think, I ever would have thought had to be implemented. But the fact of the matter is that people just don't get it, and we have to accommodate, unfortunately, for the dumb. That's just it.
Yeah.
What do you say to those that are hesitant right now?
It depends on why they're hesitant. If they're hesitant because they believe that Bill Gates is putting a chip in them, there's really nothing while they walk around with an Apple iPhone, and a Alexa in their house and Google in their car and all their stuff, then there's nothing you can really say to those people. If they're Alexa, stop. See, there you go.
I was like,
She's
who's that?
Hold on real quick. Let me jump in here. Yeah, there's but for like people who are hesitant because they're not sure what to do, just, do as much research as you can, talk to your friends who have gotten it. Think about it this way. There's 3 point something billion people that have gotten vaccinated. there's no vaccinated people in the hospital. There's nobody vaccinated, has gotten the shot and then died because of it. And it's very, 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 very extreme. Like the percentage is extremely rare that you have a reaction to it. I understand there's some people who obviously, they have a known allergic reaction to certain things. They can't get stuff done. I feel for those people, but the majority of the people in the country, in the world, there's countries who like are dying to get vaccinated, like literally, like they don't like, they hear that the US has like excess vaccinations that we're just tossing out basically. And they're like, send that stuff over here. We'll take it. Yeah, I mean, just do your research. Think about it that way.
Thank you, John, for coming on to our show. We really appreciate it. And
thanks for having me,
the
guys.
fact that you've been continuing your comedy in such a difficult time, especially because that's when people need to laugh the most.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I hope you guys come out to a show. I'd love to come out to, I don't know what they're doing over in Montclair, if you guys are still having comedians out there, but I'd love to do it.
I'll be looking up tour dates.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you again,
guys.
John. And
take care.
We're going to cut to a quick break.
The Montclarian is an award-winning student-run news organization at Montclair State. Right now, we are publishing our articles routinely online, and you can check out our website at themontclarian.org. If you're interested in writing for us, we have 5 written sections.
Hey.
Listen.
What about the hoopla from the
Hoopla!
poop episode of
Ooh,
SpongeBob?
I think Trent wins.
Hoopla!
I think Trent wins. Oh, dude, that's got. I might actually put that in now. Like genuinely, I might.
You got to put in both now. You can't just put in one or the other.
Well, that's true. Oh, all right. I'll
Because
probably put in
hoopla is more
Flair.
sarcastic.
But then you have to add the hoopla.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about the Mcrib.
Woo!
So the Mcrib is coming back November 1st.
Whoa.
That is, Mike. I hear that you like the Mcrib a lot.
No, who told you that?
Because when I told you we're talking about this, you went, "Oh, I like the Mcrib."
I never had the McRib in my entire life. You never told me this. I got this at 2 a.m.
You just said you never had it.
Yeah. When did we
You're
ever talk
running
about this,
yourself in
Kenny?
circles,
About
Mike.
a minute
What
ago.
Tangled web.
I
weave.
simply said cool, and I never said I had it. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
making
about.
things up.
This is not the Black Widow thing again
What's the Black Widow thing?
from last week.
Oh god.
yes.
This is literally, I never said that I had the McRib.
I don't know.
You're just
man.
putting words in my mouth, Kenny, and I
I
don't
don't know.
appreciate
Well,
it.
would you like to have the McRib?
Not really.
Me neither.
I don't trust
Is
McDonald's.
there bone in it to be like that's?
Oh
my big
yeah, that's my
question.
concern.
I believe it is boneless. It is boneless. It
I've
is
never-
seasoned boneless pork, barbecue sauce, onions, and pickles on a hoagie style bun.
Interesting. I have never had a McRib. My father
It's coming
thoroughly
back.
enjoys a McRib. However, when it was not back, as it is coming back currently, I would always go to Wendy's or any drive-through for that matter that was not McDonald's and specifically ask for a McRib. And honestly, the reaction from the employee who did not get paid enough to deal with that never really disappointed. So it's going to be kind of upsetting to not be able to do that anymore because it's still in. Like the joke is better when it's not even on the McDonald's menu.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It's coming back for its 40th anniversary. It was started in Kansas City, Kansas, 40 years ago.
Wow.
That's older than that is twice as old as me
Yeah.
Wow.
Hence the reason I've never had a McRib before.
because it's that
I'm
old.
not 40, Kenny.
Have you had
I've never had a McRib either.
I don't even know if they brought it back, but do you watch? Oh my god, do we have to make an announcement?
No, it's just
We'll get to that.
we'll get
okay.
to it.
Does anyone here watch Rick and Morty?
Yes, Szechuan sauce.
Yes,
I know what you're
the
talking about.
Szechuan sauce. Have
Right,
you
but-
had it?
No,
Did they bring it back?
they did for like a few weeks, and then they
I've
took it
never
away.
had the Szechuan sauce either.
They
Bravo.
have to. Yeah, I kind of wish that I jumped on that.
Have you had it?
Yes, Panos.
Panos. My bad.
No, I've never had it before.
No?
Panos, come on.
I'm
My
not,
God!
No, I'm just not like a
Panos!
Yeah.
Panos. Have you not had the Szechuan
Why?
sauce?
I don't know.
Come
like,
on,
This is
dude.
ridiculous.
I've never had the BTS meal either.
No!
Not the BTS meal, not the
Panos!
Szechuan sauce.
What have you had?
See, here at 90.3 WMS at Montclair, we like to make fun of our newscasters as much as possible.
That
But like,
was
genuinely,
so
Panos, come on.
Not even the BTS meal.
No.
Panos.
Why?
I'm not one to hop on trends. That's just not me.
That's fair.
Who
That's just
says
not
it's
my-
a trend?
It is a trend.
It is a trend.
But
But
Panos.
like, what if it's a really delicious trend?
It's chicken McNuggets.
No, I don't care if it's a delicious trend. I want to be original.
It's
so
like the
what?
Travis
So what?
Scott
So what do
burger.
you order?
I wish I got the Travis Scott burger. I never got it.
I
It's
mean,
a bacon burger. You can make it at home.
Do you eat
I guess
fast
so.
food, Panos?
do I eat fast food? Yeah, but Five Guys is my go-to.
All right, what's your
Hey.
Five
Okay,
Guys?
Five Guys
order?
isn't fast food.
It's
What?
somewhat fast food.
It's quick service.
There you go.
Is there
So,
a difference?
In other words,
There is a
fast
difference.
food.
Quick
like
service.
Wawa and Quick Check is technically quick service.
Yes.
But fast food is like McDonald's.
Chipotle
Wendy's,
is quick service.
Pancheros is
I didn't even know there was a
which is far
difference. I thought it was
superior.
both
There's a
fast
difference.
food.
All right.
It is
all
not
right.
fast
So, what
food.
is your go-to order at a fast/quick food service?
Usually,
Restaurant.
like with Five Guys, I'll get like maybe like a double bacon thing with like lettuce, tomato, pickles, grilled onions, because grilled onions are where it's at.
Grilled
like,
onions make
Hey.
everything in life better.
No,
But do you put
literally,
mushrooms on
I do not.
it? Dude, you're missing out.
No.
Mushrooms have their place in life and in food.
Panos, you
Wow.
redeemed yourself. That sounds like a good sandwich.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
If I didn't spend $98 yesterday on a jacket, I would totally go to Five Guys right now.
Yeah, I would go right
What
now.
kind
It's
of
8 in the
jacket
morning.
did
I'd
you
get
buy?
that
It was like
exact
a
order.
denim jacket, but it was from Kohl's. So
What's
I got it
your-
on sale.
What's your guys' favorite fast food places?
Favorite
And
fast
I want
food?
to say this is not an advertisement.
No, it's
No,
not.
no,
Not
no.
whatsoever.
This is,
literally our personal
strictly
opinions,
opinionated
Yes.
speaking.
and it's gonna get heated. I can
So,
already
all right.
tell.
Fast
I
food,
have a hot take for an answer.
fast food, or quick service? Because
food.
apparently there's
Fast
a
food. Or
fast
can
food.
we do both?
Distinction.
Since
If I
Panos
said fast
did
food,
Fi-
if I
Five
said
Guys?
quick service, I would have meant it. Fine, you
Get-
can do both.
Thank you. So we can do both now. You go.
So Panos is chalked. Why do I have to go second?
Because I
Panos
can't think right
chalked
now.
in,
I'm still
locked it in.
upset over
Wait,
the
wait,
fact
is
that
Five
Panos
Guys
hasn't
your
had the
favorite?
BTS meal.
Yeah, especially because they're generous with their fries. That's
That is
like
No, that's
Very
very
true.
true.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
get a small
best
fry,
part of
you're getting
Five
a large
Guys.
no,
yes.
like
True.
they're very generous compared to Burger King because like the
But you
large
pay
fries at
for it.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
Burger
like
King.
you pay more for fries I think at Burger King than you do at Five Guys, and
That is
those
also true.
no, and the large fries there are
The
basically
burger
like,
at Five Guys is very expensive though. So
Okay,
like
I mean, it's a-
you,
it-
I
it-
mean
it
the fries
ends up-
kind of compensate for that in my opinion.
It
so,
really does. Especially the
well, you
peanuts.
have to get fries
are
for
free.
it to be worth it. Is
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you're up.
I'm
What's
up.
your
Okay, so down in South Jersey, my favorite quick service / fast food restaurant is Wawa.
Oh yes,
Wawa's
excellent.
fantastic.
Wawa's
Yeah,
so
is
good.
fantastic. My go-to Wawa meal. I get a mashed potato bowl. I
Wow.
get 3 chicken strips. I throw some barbecue sauce, some onions, a little bit, some like salsa on there, and then I just sometimes if I'm feeling spicy, some sweet peppers, and I shake it all together. And then-
It wouldn't be
had
spicy
me.
if it was sweet peppers.
You had me. That's hilarious.
yes,
Thank
I,
You
I
had
realized
me
what I
at
said.
mashed potatoes, and then you lost me at salsa and peppers.
yeah.
I have a weird sense of taste. But
You do.
my go-to like quick service up here would probably be since we're on campus, Jersey Mike's. The Chipotle chicken cheesesteak hits different every time.
Actually, from Jersey Mike's, even on campus, the chicken bacon ranch is very good.
See?
Here is my favorite fast food / quick service place.
Of all time.
You know what? I want to say this one thing, but I feel like oh no, I got it.
Kenny's got a controversial opinion. He said that no one heard him.
No, I know.
heard it.
I heard him, which is why I'm going now and not waiting for the end.
Of course. We want to shun Kenny.
So,
It's
has
really
anyone
good.
here had Banana King?
I've heard of it.
What on earth is that?
Banana King is a quick service burger place in Clifton and Paterson, I believe. You can get it on Uber Eats to the campus if you so choose. It is my absolute favorite burger that I myself do not make. I'm very picky with my burgers. I have an entire process if I'm going to give it a number where it has to meet this criteria to meet a good score. And Banana King is the best non-restaurant, but honestly, it might beat, and Banana King burgers have beat any restaurant burger that I have ever eaten.
And your personal
this is
opinion.
not
In my
this is
opinion.
not an advertisement.
Yes.
in your
No,
personal
I'm just
opinion.
very passionate in my opinion of Banana King. Go if you want, but like,
I have to go now.
yeah,
I'm
like it
intrigued.
is
You've
so
piqued my interest.
delicious.
I looked
This
at the
is just-
website. This is a Latin fast food restaurant.
yes,
Wow.
it
that serves
is.
burgers.
You know what's
It's not at all what you expect, but it is so good. And they also have, not an ad, just how I feel, very delicious milkshakes. Unbelievable. Fries
me a
so
good
crispy,
milkshake.
like crispy fries
Crispy
that are
fries?
soft on the inside.
Oh,
Goated. Banana King is goated, top tier.
I'm really regretting not eating breakfast this morning.
Unbelievable.
Real quick side point.
Yes.
I gotta go to Banana King now.
It's
yes,
so
Real
good.
quick side point. This is not a burger place, but it is called Rutt's Hut. It is
Oh, we talked about this last week.
yes.
Or you talked about it.
I've
I
heard of
need
this
to
from
go
my
again. I haven't gone since pre-pandemic. I missed that
It's
place.
very good.
It's very good.
my
In
wrestling
personal
coach told me
opinion,
about Rutt's
Once
Hut.
again,
Kenny's personal opinion.
I'm
We're
gonna
not saying
add-
that you should go.
Is it
But-
a
I'm
hot dog place? Do I have that right?
Yes.
It is. a hot
Here's
dog
my
place.
question.
Uh-oh.
How long are the wieners? And like are
I don't know what to do.
like
Don't. It's fine.
Yeah,
We're
it's
talking
fine.
about hot dogs, so
yeah,
it's fine.
that's what I thought.
Hot dog wieners, you know.
That's my question because I can't trust one time. One time. One time I had a hot dog that was like a foot long and I couldn't handle it. Too big.
You couldn't handle
wasn't
the foot long.
delicious. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't delicious at all.
I mean, to be fair, which Kenny, this is another sound we should have. The to be
Oh,
fair is from
God.
Letterkenny.
Yes.
Yes. So to be fair, I am not a fan of foot long hot dogs either.
no.
I think
can't
that's
handle
just too much hot dog. And like Annabella said last week, I think it was when we were talking about hot dogs.
Yes, we were talking about hot dogs last week.
you-
They take off 36 minutes of your life, I think, every
Yes.
time you eat them.
yes, but
I wonder if that's like an hour. if you eat
I've
foot
taken a
long.
year off of my life by strictly eating hot
you
dogs.
probably take it off more. Think about
Probably
it.
more.
I just
Yeah,
had a hot
probably
dog
more.
last night, so. But
Last night in the fall.
I have an uncle that eats 6 hot dogs for breakfast.
No
your
way.
uncle sounds like a man, like the man, bro.
My uncle is the man. just
What
not for
is
much
his
longer.
name?
His name is Roman.
Uncle Roman.
Uncle Roman eats 6 hot dogs a day.
Uncle Roman
No,
Horn.
no. He eats it for breakfast. He has
Just-
more throughout the day.
Uncle Roman Horn has 6 hot
The last
dogs for
name's not Horn.
breakfast. What's his last name?
Buckington.
Wow, that is the
sounds-
last name
yeah,
that
that
eats
is
hot
actually-
dogs for
yeah,
breakfast.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny, what is your hot take on the best fast food quick service meal?
Can we get a drum roll?
Before I do that, I want to. I added this one to sound effect in the other day because I found it. I don't know what it is.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna play it real quick.
All right, this
I
is
feel
a
like it's gonna be
mystery sound
bad.
effect
It's
right
gonna be
now.
bad.
Dorn.
Dorn?
That's
Huh?
it. The title of
Dorn?
it just says Dorn. I was like, I wonder what that is.
Play it again.
Dorn.
Oh, as in like darn?
I guess so.
I guess
Like
so.
Dorn?
Darn.
I think it's a
Isn't
mix-
Dorn like a location in some kind of Dorn?
I don't know. Maybe The Witcher.
I'm thinking like
Which by
no,
the way,
no. It's in Game of Thrones.
Oh, there you go.
Dorn, right?
No,
What is that?
I don't know. We'll talk about nerd stuff in a bit. Kenny, what's
Yeah.
your favorite
Oh
restaurant?
yeah, I'd love to hear you guys talk about nerd stuff in a little bit.
Oh yeah, well, we're gonna talk about.
I looked up Dorn, and what I found was Michael Dorn, a 6'3" actor who worked in Star Trek.
That's probably it then.
Interesting.
That's probably it. White Castle.
Yes. Oh my
Yes!
god.
Oh,
This
no.
is very,
say-
very controversial, but White Castle is so delicious, and
Here's the
and
thing.
people hate it or love it.
I
Here's
thought
we
you
can
guys
no
were gonna
longer be
scream at
friends.
me.
That's it.
Oh no!
There it is.
No!
Panos!
That guy has
Panos!
no taste.
Panos,
Oh.
I'm gonna have to ask
White
you to
Castle.
leave the studio. It's been a
Panos,
great
you're
morning
fired!
with you, but
Excuse you.
No, excuse you. Panos.
No, excuse
Panos.
you for having bad
J'accuse.
taste.
Frankly, Panos, I'm appalled and my morning is ruined.
Have you never seen the classic movie Harold and Kumar Go to
The
White
White
Castle
I literally have not.
with Neil Patrick Harris?
What?
The NPH.
Yes, he's in it.
He's in that
Hauser.
movie?
Yeah. Doogie
Barney
has-
Stinson?
Yeah, he's great.
Wow.
He's great in the movie. He steals the show.
I believe it. He does in
Incredible.
everything he's in.
He really
What
does.
an unbelievable actor.
But-
What an unbelievable eating establishment.
Here's-
This is not an
here's the-
advertisement. I'm
here's
going to
the
add
thing.
a sound effect that says this is not an advertisement.
yeah.
Yes, this is not an advertisement, by the way. And I know I said before we were just talking about
We're
our
very
restaurants. We're like, this is
passionate.
Kenny's opinion, and Panos thinks it's wrong. I don't understand.
Panos
how.
is wrong.
Opinions
However-
can still be wrong.
However,
He just said, did
White
they just say
Cas-
opinions can still be wrong.
Panos basically said, "Ding dong, your opinion is wrong."
I like saying that. That's fun.
So,
That's exactly
will
what he
say-
said. I heard him.
I will say, White Castle is more of a slider joint. It is not a burger joint.
yeah.
Does there need to be a distinction?
Yes, there does.
There-
Because
there does.
You can eat 5 sliders, but you can't eat 5 burgers.
Listen, this
Fair.
is this is gonna
Can
sound real
I-
bad. It's one of my life goals. Have you
To,
guys heard
to
of
kill a crave case?
Yes.
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 We order a crave case every year on the Super Bowl.
What's a crave case?
It's 30
30.
sliders.
Oh,
Can I tell a funny story about that actually?
Of course you can.
I do not know who this was. It was like a friend of my dad's or his son or something. I think that was actually it. A friend of my dad's son was at his college orientation a few years ago. And everyone was telling like what they did over the summer. And one person said how they had like traveled to a third world country and like built houses or something, like made serious change for good. And then this guy goes up and he just says, yeah, I ate a full crave case by myself. And then after they were like dismissed, everyone went up to this dude and was like, whoa, you ate a full crave case? That's crazy. How'd you do that? Oh my God,
he's
what
a-
was it like?
It's about 5 pounds of food. I've done the math.
Really?
I can do it.
I've tried twice.
I do it.
I've eaten a lot of White Castle in my life. My record is 23.
Wow.
Imagine the.
It's
report
the
comes out-
bread. It's the bread that fills you up.
Well, my friend, he tells me the onions are supposed to be very bad for your stomach. And
Well,
he
that's
says-
what
he says-
smells, but it's
Yeah, and
also
also
what tastes so good.
It is. He says you got to get them without onions. I'm like, I'm not a cheater.
No,
That's cheating.
no.
It is cheating. He says you can also get it without ketchup.
Do you
and
get it
pickles
with
too.
no?
I'm like, that's nothing.
Gee, that's the whole
I'm
flavor.
like- I'm like,
that's
that's just a
otherwise
piece of
it's just-
meat.
I'm
yeah.
like, besides the fact that that's not the right taste, that's
Yeah.
just cheating.
No, yeah. Do you get it with cheese?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another clip we should add to the board.
Another.
Yeah, from us. It's on tip of my tongue. It's with Zach Braff. He was a nurse.
Yeah, Scrubs, the
Scrubs.
greatest show of
He's a
all
yes,
time.
yes.
I have a friend. I
He's
am
a
not.
doctor.
This is not a joke. I have a friend who has watched Scrubs at least 100 times.
Wow.
I
Um,
respect that.
I'm getting up there with
It's my
Letterkenny.
favorite show, second to Parks and Rec.
Oh, Ron Swanson's the man. But we should add the clip of I forget the doctor's name, but he's like the jerk doctor.
Dr. Cox.
Doctor- that's the name. It's spelled COX for anyone listening. But Dr. Cox says in one of the episodes, wrong.
I've seen that.
Yes, we need to add that
Oh, that's a good one. I'll do that.
for Pano specifically. So you can just
For
press the
Panos.
button every time we talk about White Castle.
Can I have another hot take?
Of course you can.
I've already displayed my affinity for White Castle.
Yes.
However,
However, comma.
white manna is better than White Castle.
What's a white man?
White manna is a slider place in
Why do you know all these
Hackensack, New
obscure
Jersey.
places?
I don't know. It is a place
Literally.
in Hackensack, New Jersey. Have you had this, Panos?
I have not, but my uncle says it's very good, so I have yet to try.
Panos, come on!
God, Panos.
Come on,
Panos,
what? What did I
is
do?
what is
You
the
said
name
you
of
don't
your
even eat all
uncle?
the good food in the world.
Panos,
You don't
seriously.
Because
don't
all
eat
the good food in
McDonald's?
your eyes has no taste.
Wow.
You guys were talking
I
about not
literally-
eating your
Panos!
onions.
I literally thought that we had just bonded over white manna, and now you do this, and you say that my taste is bad. I
didn't say
don't
your
know
taste
with
was
you.
bad. I'm saying Kenny's taste is bad.
Okay, that's fine.
You don't offend the boss.
That's fine. What
I
about my
mean,
taste?
You said you like making fun of your newscaster, so might as well throw a shot while I
Yo,
can.
Yeah,
To be fair, he does have a point.
baby. Yeah,
Woo!
Panos.
Yeah, baby. Let's
Send
go
it
up.
back.
Valid. I want to say that before I started screaming, I turned all the mics down. I forgot to turn mic down. And I just saw full red.
I apologize, Nate and Annabella.
I don't think
So-
so it's okay.
Nate's not
Anyway,
awake
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, no, there's no way Nate's awake. I wouldn't expect him to. We've been talking about this for a while.
So
Yeah, we should probably.
We have to move on as much as I'm enjoying this conversation.
Yeah.
So
we've talked about the
everyone,
McRib way too much. So let's
do it if you want, but White Man is a very delicious slider place.
Not an advertisement.
in
do it
Trent's
if you
personal
want.
opinion.
Yeah.
Trent's personal.
Do it if you
opinion.
want or don't. 'cause
We
we don't care.
We don't care, unless you're like Panos, who has taste.
Yeah, Panos. That
Panos
was a
is-
close
we're-
call.
We're coming at you today, Panos.
Panos-
I'm waiting for the insult.
Panos
back,
the
'cause I
type
know
of
my
person-
taste
Nah,
sucks.
I told you guys. I said everything I had to say in my head.
Panos is the type of person to eat caviar and artisan chips.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
Did you just say two?
Panos just said, Kenny Panos just whispered to me, I can sleep at night knowing I gave it back to Kenny.
that sounds about right.
I'm scared. We're gonna go to a song. The song's called Food.
Is this song actually called Food? Yes. Wow.
Very
looked it
cool.
up.
Very cool. Very cool.
Panos, have you ever been yelled at this much at 8 a.m.?
No, I have.
Do the thing.
Welcome to the show, Justin.
Did you mute yourself again, Kenny?
Yes, I did mute myself.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Someone get a trombone noise going.
Do I have a bad
Probably
sound
do.
effect?
Justin.
Oh, there he is.
Hooray!
Hello.
We can't hear you, Justin.
Oh.
Try again. Try again.
Hello.
Try it again.
Hello.
One more. Hey, I heard something.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Justin. Sorry
Wait.
about that. Yeah, technology. Anyway, tell us about the
Alright.
beginning of Montclair State Confessions. Where did it all begin?
This began. Let's see. How long has it been? It's been a year. I think it's been a year now. A year and a couple months. Actually, we're about to go up on 2 years. If I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Whoa.
So, where'd this idea come from?
Well, it's no secret that like a page like this hasn't like this. I'm not the first to invent this. So I've seen one of my friends goes to another school in New York, and he found this page that like they had, and like I looked at it and I was like, we don't have one. And then I thought like it'd be cool, to try to incorporate this idea for us, and probably like take it a step further. And so like that's where really we came from.
Yeah. Well, was a great idea. I do follow the page.
Most people I know
Yeah.
to follow the
like
page.
most people, most of my friends follow the page. Did you ever expect it to blow up though, like it did?
Oh no, not even close. Like I
Well,
thought
What kind of followers were you thinking you'd get? Like a couple hundred?
maximum. I was thinking
Yeah.
like 150.
Instead, you got 4,000.
Yeah, now we're close to 4,000.
Whoa.
That's insane. And the account.
in the brain.
What was that?
Said insane in the brain.
Insane. The account, it's drawn a lot of attention, as we mentioned before, over this past year for the emergence of mental health issues coming up on the account. Was this the point of you starting it or not?
Not the main point, but I knew like eventually this like would have to get tackled. And I mean, more avenues people can have to like talk about what they're going through, because it's not an easy conversation. Because if it was, everybody would be having this conversation and there'd be no need for stuff like this. But unfortunately, like
Very true.
people don't want to like speak up and be open about things like this and what they're going through. I'm glad it's, it is what it is, because it's helping people come forward and talk about like some real issues.
That is very true. How do you think the students feel, building off of that point, how do you think the students feel knowing that this is a safe place where they can anonymously air out? Yes.
Anemone.
I haven't had my coffee yet, boys. They can anonymously air out whatever it is they are feeling.
I feel like they trust it, because if they didn't trust it, they wouldn't use it. I think that they are glad it's there, but I don't know. Like, I wish like I can have a chance to like talk to people and like really see like how they feel, because I never really know. I don't know anybody. To me, everybody's just numbers.
Like your submission 1,345, but I know nothing beyond that.
Wait, I'm curious now. You said submission 1,045. Are there actually that many submissions?
I can bring up the exact number right now.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
While you do that,
Because I was thinking about this last night. How many people must? Because when I was preparing for this interview, putting the questions down, I was thinking it's got to be because you have what, nearly 400 posts, and
Yeah.
that's only the people who have been on.
Yeah, everything. A lot of things kind of get filtered out, not too much, but like, some things just have no place to be said.
Yeah, I could believe that. And some things, mainly the ones with mental health, they all should be said, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
some of those are really heavy.
Yep.
Do you think when students see that they're not alone with their troubles, it helps push them in a better direction?
Oh, absolutely. Ever since the first one, I forgot when it was exactly, but the first person that was like talking about thinking about like their mental health issues and how they like badly they were struggling and like the avenues they were leaning towards. After that post, the original, I got so many more. Like just talking about how like much like their life sucks and like they're so unhappy here and this, and I was like, wow, like off of one person like really showing that like they're not alone. Like everybody's like clinging towards it, and I'm glad to see that people can take other people's experiences and apply them to themselves and be able to speak out.
Right. Well, it is very important to discuss mental health, and I'm glad that you have an outlet for those people. But something I feel that I need to point out is that you are not technically a part of the psychology department or anything similar to that.
Oh,
How do
no,
you think this affects people when when they send confessions into your account?
because if you put the whole stigma like psychology and like anything from like that department, it gets really serious. And like a lot of people who like need help don't really like looking for help, or else they would have found help. So the fact that like I give off this like one of you type of like personality, like this vibe for people, it's a lot easier for them to relate to. And it's a lot easier to come to because like, you're not putting the stigma of it's professional help. And like a lot of people don't like thinking that they need help. So it's just easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I can't speak for Mike, but I imagine he would as well, because it seems if I was in that case as well, I would see it as relatable, just talking to another student. Really, it's not supposed to be a platform for this is therapy. I have always looked at it as something more of just this is a page where people come together. It's a community. And just in your opinion, what do you think people are afraid of about getting professional help? I'm sure there is no clear answer to this for anybody, but what are your thoughts about it?
My thoughts are that like once again, like no one like in life, ideally, no one wants to like believe like truly that they need help. Like like the stages of grief, like the last part is acceptance, or is that the first part? The first, well, one of them is acceptance, and a lot of people,
Yeah, that's the last one,
the
except
last one. And a lot of people, when it comes to like getting help, haven't like gotten to the point where they've accepted it, like that they need it. And it's like mental, like when you're battling with something mentally, it can throw you in a whole loop of what to believe and what not to believe. And finding that battle and like finally accepting that you need help is a like real main struggle part of that battle. And that's why, it's hard for people to really accept that.
Right. That is you were very true. Battle something mentally, it's gonna throw you through a loop. But what do you have to say to those people out there who may be afraid to deal with their mental I don't know how the best way to phrase it, but
mental health struggles, maybe.
mental health struggles. There we go.
Obviously, any help, like it doesn't even have to be like professional. First start off like as close as you can. There's got to be like a family member, a friend, someone who like will have your back, because you'll never know who you turn to in like a time of crisis. But just make sure you have somebody there, because you're never alone. That's the worst part. Like the worst feeling is feeling alone. And like most cases, like most people aren't. They just like shell up and like only like keep to themselves, which makes it worse. But if you have somebody in your corner that you can talk to and kind of help you out, that's the beginning. That's the first step, because then that can lead to other things. Maybe like if you need it, like seeking more professional help and getting better down the line that route. But make sure you have someone.
Yeah. And this is something that I'm sure weighs a lot on you. It's got to be difficult just reading through some of these things and being the one to put them out there. While it's cathartic for those people to have that sense of belonging, it's still got to be pretty difficult to just know that there are people like that. And while there are lighthearted, funny confessions, there is this influx of a lot of problems going on. So how's the account affect you?
Um, it just it's like it's crazy to think how you can read 5 different experiences all going to the same school. Like I can pick out 5 of the same majors and tell you they have having 5 different, like completely different experiences. One person could be having the time of their life. One person could be absolutely miserable, and they could be the same class, same major. And I find that like so confusing because like that like really shows you like you never know what someone's really going through, especially like when you come to college. Like the whole outlook on college, especially like through like media, TV shows, like movies. Like when I was young, looking at college, it's like, oh yeah, college, you're gonna have fun. It's just gonna be like an extension of high school. You're gonna have fun, do all these things. But no, like a lot of people are really out here struggling,
Hmm.
and it's like really sad to see.
It is because they never prepared it for you, especially in the movies and stuff. And is it something that you've ever thought about the account? More specifically, do you think it's ever been something that you've been giving up off the pressure that it is put on you? So like sort of stopping the account in general. Like to rephrase, do you think that you would ever give up the account due to the amount of pressure or weight that has been put on you because of it, or do you think that you would continue it?
Um, for all of my time here, I would like to continue it because like it right now like it means a lot more than me. Like, yeah, it's like I wouldn't even count it as pressure, but like some people you like look forward to like seeing like what's going on like around with these posts, but I don't feel like it's any pressure. But I do think this page is above me now to the point where it's like it really has created some type of like community where people like are really coming together. And so even if I had to step away, I'm making sure it's in somebody else's hands who knows what to do and like follows the same vision as me. But like for something like this, a page of this like nature or something like this needs to keep going.
I completely agree with you. So, and that brings us to our largest point, really. And how do you think that Montclair State Confessions helps people be aware that mental illness does exist and we need to talk about it?
Because nothing's really censored here. Like it's right there. Like if you want like and the fact that it's open to the public, like if you like really want to see what's going on, you can see it right here. Like nothing is going to be sugar coated for you. Like I'm not going to keep anything serious behind closed doors. Like if you want to read this information, here it is.
That makes a lot of sense. And we're about to wrap up, but our sportscaster Trent would like to say something to you real quick.
Okay. Justin, excuse me. Just wanted to say that I enjoy the page, and as someone who is a consumer, I've had a lot of conversations with my friends about it, and we have all agreed. I'll share with you. You give excellent advice, very real world, just good advice, like practical advice that I think is healthy for people to hear, that sometimes they need to hear. So good on you. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because like once again, I don't really talk to and after every post goes up, like I don't really talk to anybody, so I don't know how it's really received. And I can't really go to like I can't really base it off comments or anything, so I don't really know like if what I'm saying is actually like helping or like sticks with anybody. I'm just hoping it does.
Yeah, no, I literally was talking to somebody the other day where I said the advice on the comment or in the captions are always like spot on, and they were very much in agreement.
I agree as well. Anyway, thank you again, Justin, for coming onto the show. We really appreciate you talking to us about this. It's an important conversation to have, and you're also the first person I thought of when I wanted to start this student highlight thing. So thank you again, and we wish you all the best with the page. We're going to cut to a quick break. This one is about college radio.
Every day across this country,
All right, thank you,
hundreds
guys.
of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have a place for local artists to perform. Certain people need to have a chance, a fighting chance, and college radio is that place for it.
College radio changes the lives of those who are involved with it and can change those who listen to it too.
This is where we start out, you know, from getting all this great experience working in college radio. It makes you want to work in real radio.
College radio means finding yourself. It helped me find what I wanted to do, not only in school, but in life.
So support college radio by continuing to listen to this station and supporting the students who make it happen. College radio, now, more than ever. A message brought to you by this station and the College Radio Foundation. For more information, please visit collegeradio.org.
What he saying?
He said shit.
Okay,
He
kids,
said shit
Dad's
like-
gonna teach you how
like
to dance.
10 seconds and started speaking.
Really?
That's why I put in the chat. I
Dance
said
like
that
a
as a heads up,
It's a
everybody.
great way to make a moment with your kids. Visit
Because that's like I didn't want to
fatherhood.gov.
point them out.
Brought to you
I
by
was
the
like,
U.S. Department
we
of
might
Health
not
and
be
Human
accurate.
Services and the Ad Council.
It was like in the middle of other work. It was very low key.
Hey, what's up, dudes? You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, where music stays cool.
Gotta say it
I'm a
back
seagull
every
on the
day.
beach getting a tan, and would you look at that? It's time for me to flip over. Gotta
my
get
favorite
them
ID.
glutes nice and even. Oh, the sun on my feathers.
This whole thing is
It's
an ID.
to die for. Oh. But make sure you stay tuned to WMSC. We got more non-stop programming.
So this one messing with animals.
Waiter, give me more mimosas.
Knowing that
What are
she's
you doing?
listening.
I'm empty here.
Always fucking morning to bug her. It's not really funny. Great. Time to talk about new stuff. Kenny, have a sound effect ready. We're just gonna call this segment Hot Take. Not the sound effect.
Welcome back to WMSC. Woo! We had, at least I should say, a bunch of weird news stories planned. However, that has changed. Trent and Mike have both requested of me that we just talk about, what was it, hot takes and hot takes and
nerd stuff.
Hot takes and
Yeah.
Have you ever
But,
seen that show? I think it's
feel
called
like-
Hot Wings and Beer. This is our version.
No, I introduced you to Hot Wings.
No, I'm thinking of
Hot
something
Ones.
else. I'm thinking
Yeah.
something else.
Hot Ones is like my favorite YouTube.
No, you told me about
Before
that.
we continue,
You did tell
don't
me
we?
about Hot
Don't we have
Ones.
to do a newscast real quick?
Nah, it's a half hour late. But yeah, sure, we can do it.
All right.
Panos.
All right. So, first up in international news, a small passenger plane has crashed in the Italian city of Milan, killing all passengers on board. The New York Times reports that the plane was on its way to the island of Sardinia when it crashed into a building on the outskirts of Milan minutes after takeoff. The impact set a number of parked cars on fire, but the streets were deserted and no one on the ground was hurt. Among the casualties were 2 crew members and 6 passengers, one of them said to be a little boy. Next in national news, the suspect in the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting is set to face trial for a jail brawl that took place 9 months after the incident. Nicholas Cruz is accused of assaulting Sergeant Raymond Beltran while out of his cell for his 1 hour of daily rec time. Jury selection is set to begin Monday, and Cruz faces up to 15 years in prison if convicted of that assault. He still awaits trial for first-degree murder, which he faces the death penalty or life without parole if convicted. And now in local news, a suspected burglar in Passaic County has died after being taken into custody by Paterson police for medical treatment. NewJersey.com reports that the man, who remains anonymous pending an investigation, allegedly walked on roofs and tried breaking into several homes Saturday. Little information was provided during a press release Sunday from the Attorney General's office, which investigates any death that happens during an encounter with police or while in custody. The man was taken to St. Joseph's Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead at 6:22 p.m. Sunday evening. Now into our weather update. So we're going to be expecting some muggy weather today with thunderstorms and a high of 72 degrees and a low of 60 degrees with a 70% chance of rain and winds of 6 miles per hour. We're also expecting a disgustingly high humidity level of 85% during the day and 89% at night.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is. This morning has not been fun. But on to more fun news. It's time for Nerd Hot Takes.
Well,
with Trent and Mike.
wait. I want to say, I will leave it up to Trent. Trent, would you like to do your sportscast again? Or would you like to start the, hot takes and nerd talk?
We can give hot takes and nerd talk a swing. I gave it in the morning. For those who care, both the Giants and the Jets got overtime wins, first wins of the season, and Tom Brady beat Bill Belichick by a slim margin last night on Sunday Night Football.
And the Eagles lost.
Yeah. All is right in the world.
Ding dong.
Yeah. You guys like the sound effects a lot. It makes me happy. Usually when I play them, people are kind of desensitized to them. They're just like, oh.
No, it's fun. It makes it more fun to.
Exactly. It's so much better.
Right, Panos?
Yeah.
See? He agrees.
You know what, Panos? Yeah, no, I mean,
You're
take that back. I was gonna play
right.
mean. I was gonna play mean sound effects, but yeah.
Because what? He says you don't have taste.
Anyway, Superman is the worst.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Excuse you.
I love these.
So we're just starting with Superman.
Yes, yeah.
We're just starting. We're just trudging right in. We're not going to talk about anything
No,
new
I
in nerd
very
media.
much don't like Superman.
You very much don't like Superman.
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
I literally was having this thought like 2 nights ago.
Great.
When I was climbing into my bed
Krypton.
to begin
No.
slumbering. I thought
slumbering.
I thought
this conversation.
Here's the thing. I think it started because I was thinking about Joker, and I enjoyed the fact that Batman's like one of the greatest villains of all time is like doesn't have any superpowers. He's just a normal guy that's crazy and demented. Superman, because of his powers, can never have a villain like that.
I would respectfully disagree, but at the same time, the only really good Superman story I've enjoyed is Injustice, and that's with Joker setting him off and making him insane.
I don't know enough about this to speak. I don't know superheroes.
Just know that Superman is terrible.
Superman is like the all-American.
Well, I know who Superman is.
It's everything. Like how can someone? I totally get it that when comic books first came out, it was a super cool thought to have this guy that could fly and could do it all. He has breathe fire and lasers and frost breath.
Wait,
and
I thought Superman.
He
can breathe.
Sorry.
Bizarro.
Frost
when did he
breath
turn to a dragon?
and frost breath and laser eyes, and he can
He's got all
fly,
that.
and he has super speed
He literally
and
has
super
every
strength.
superpower.
Like
I thought he just like flew and was
no,
strong.
he does. Like he does it all. Like
He
dude
really
is
does it
literally.
all.
So like if he can fly so fast that time goes backwards,
See what she has done.
I know that.
it's not fun anymore. It's like
I agree.
Do you guys watch anime?
No.
You know?
Oh no, we're getting into anime.
No.
now.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Anime is an excellent genre.
I know it's
not
I'm
my
not saying
go-to.
it's not. I'm just laughing because we're talking about anime at 8:41 in the morning.
We are. Here's the thing. Anime.
Panos is sitting here like,
Most
why are you recording
anime
this
get to a point where the protagonist becomes so overpowered that the villain has to become equally like. It becomes like Titans fighting it out, and like it kind of loses its luster when it gets to that point of the show because it gets to be too much. That's my beef with Superman is like he's too much. Like Batman is a far more intriguing hero to me because of his lack of power.
I agree.
I feel validated.
Panos, what's your take on this before Trent starts yelling more?
Okay. I don't have enough to say on Superman because I personally haven't seen enough Superman to really know.
Come on, Panos.
No, but listen.
God!
No. Hold on.
Why?
Going back to the anime thing, I have a question because I have to get this out of the way.
Okay.
Do you watch the sub version or the dub version?
It depends on the show. Typically sub, but Full Metal Alchemist is better in dub.
So am I like literally the only one that watches it in dub?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Come on, Panos!
Everyone's
Why, Panos?
Because I don't like reading subtitles.
Oh no, dude, no.
But here's the thing.
I don't even watch anime, so you're fine.
I'm the same
So
way.
I
Well,
just,
you guys
like,
are missing out drastically on some killer voice acting, and it really ruins the show sometimes.
I don't even
Oftentimes.
I don't even watch
No,
anime, so
I'm not
you guys-
saying the voice acting is good necessarily, but I actually want to watch the show. I don't want to be sitting there reading a screen and
gets
miss
to a
out on
point-
everything
is
that the show
right.
is like actually
I
showing.
understand that, and that's everyone's like hesitancy at first, but you get to a point where you can consume it quickly and then like still take in the scene. And also when you think back on it, or like when you're taking it in, you're hearing those words with this person's voice. Like it becomes second nature very quickly.
So my argument against that is I tend to have stuff on in the background.
I can't consume TV or
so
movies
I
like that.
I can because I'm insane. There are a few shows that I can't. That's Letterkenny because I have to actually pay attention to what they're saying.
To Letterkenny.
They move too fast.
They really
Letterkenny is the one show that you can't
No, not
be
and
distracted
it's
for.
it's listen. It's also shows that I'm rewatching. I can put in the background, but
Yeah, of
shows that I'm
course.
watching for the first time, I want to sit down and enjoy the media.
Yes. Okay.
So like
Same here. We can agree on that.
I'm watching The Sopranos right now on HBO Max, and I'm enjoying it, but I have to physically sit myself down. I can't.
It's an event.
Right.
It's an event. I'm watching Freaks and Geeks too.
Oh, excellent
yeah.
show.
Yes,
That's
it was.
good.
It was.
That's only one season.
Panos, how do you feel about Freaks and Geeks?
Haven't seen it, but sounds like a
Come
fun-
on! Why?
Panos.
Literally! Come on, dude.
Yeah, why are you guys yelling at me though?
I'm not. I'm yelling at the ceiling. So that it sounds.
Yeah, I'm trying to yell at the wall.
You're
I'm
yelling
trying
at
not
me to the
blind.
ceiling.
The whole reason I have.
I'm just
Definitely.
literally. We're just doing it to make jokes now.
No. Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better,
No,
if
it's
it makes-
because you haven't seen Freaks and Geeks.
Hey! I just started this weekend because our assistant office manager Leslie, she was like, "Dude, you gotta watch this."
it's
She
really
said it
is.
repeatedly over to me,
It
and I'm
is.
just
It's
like,
fantastic.
Please stop talking
it's
to me.
Seth
It's 3 in the
Rogen's
morning.
first. Is it Seth Rogen? Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
It's
James
Seth
Franco,
Rogen's
it's
first
all of them.
film. He was like 18 when he started, and you can literally see him become a better actor from episode 1 to episode 18.
It's true.
You also don't hear Seth Rogen's laugh yet. I heard, the classic Mario.
Seth Rogen is funny.
Can
I like
just
Seth
say
Rogen. He seems like a
also-
chill dude.
He does. You know, it seems even more chill. John Poveromo.
That is very
Yeah.
much
That
true.
guy was cool.
He was really. I just want to kick back with him.
Yeah.
Uh,
We have a show at the station called Kick Back with Key. Just reminded me of that.
yeah. But speaking of anime talk, my friend Grace just texted. She's loving the anime talk.
Oh, great.
She's-
Someone is.
She said FMA is superior.
What's
Full
an
Metal
FMA?
Yes,
Full Metal
no,
Alchemist.
it very much is. It's the best anime that I've ever seen, and I know that that's going to be a hot topic. It's because none of the characters were ruined throughout the arc. There are no filler episodes in Brotherhood. It's an unbelievable show, and
Kenny's just looking at the wall like, what is going on?
yeah,
I've
it's
seen
a-
one
it's a-
anime.
It's a
What
great
anime?
show.
Erased?
Never
What?
seen it. Isn't that? I know Yaz was talking about that.
Was she?
If anyone has seen Dragon Maid,
My
they
brother.
know
No, my friend recommended
peak
this to me.
television.
The animes I've watched are One Punch, My Hero, Dragon Ball, and Pokemon.
My
Indigo League is
Indigo
is
League
top
slaps
tier.
though. Indigo League slaps.
Indigo League is
But
top
like
tier.
Dragon
tried
Ball Z
watching that.
Kai has the best theme song.
I have
Oh.
not. Wow. Okay. Hold on.
What?
That theme
That-
song is everything though.
Wait.
See, Panos
time
agrees,
out.
yes!
Time
No,
out.
that theme song is everything.
Do not cue applause.
Do the yeah. No, do the
period.
yeah.
Not cue
Yes. Do
sound
it.
effects.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah,
Anime
baby.
openings are the best part of the genre.
the
Literally,
opening to Erased was very good.
yes. And each season has a new opening for anime. Those who don't
That's
know,
cool.
and some of those songs are absolute bangers. They're so good. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
That's
it's
probably my
really-
favorite. That's probably my favorite part of the genre.
My brother
openings?
actually
Yeah.
is a anime voice actor.
No
Yeah.
way.
No.
Yep.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
What did
That's
you do?
like
What's
a
the-
bucket list. item
Nothing
of mine.
huge, but he's in some animes. He also makes his own games.
Very cool. Very cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Like video games.
Yeah.
I tried doing that in middle school, and then the computer that I was on crashed, and I lost everything. I was building like an app. It was like a 2-dimensional Mario type, like side to side. It was absolutely heartbreaking. I made my own sprites to go into the game. Like it was, I was very
you
far.
actually had a lot.
Yeah, no, like it was, I was deep, and then I lost everything.
That's trombone noise, Kenny. That's not a
I thought he wasn't that far.
No, I was very
He was
far.
very far.
Did you ever try to remake it?
Oh God, no. Because I didn't have access to a computer for a really long time, and now I wouldn't even know like where to start. One day I will make a game though. It's on my bucket list.
Will it be good as The Witcher 3?
Oh yeah. Oh, as Witcher? No, it'll be as good as Gwent.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I
Yeah.
love Gwent.
Yeah, it'll be
Gwent
great.
slaps. For those of you who don't know what Gwent is,
is.
it's a mini game inside of one of a really great game.
It's literally like
It's-
it's a mini game. Exactly what he said. It's a mini game inside of like a game of the year, and I basically spend most of my time playing that game inside of this.
There's 40 hours of content in the main game. I spent about 100 hours
Just playing
yes,
Gwent.
Yes, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
It's a card game where you have siege weapons, ranged units.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh, but
It's
medieval.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, no, it's Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's medieval Yu-Gi-Oh. And
never
it's
played
incredible.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
What?
I never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
My friend, shout out Frank, shout out Hoff, Young Money Hoff. No, my buddy Frankie showed me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh over the summer. I learned it in like one night. Yu-Gi-Oh is a lot of fun. I kind of wish that I learned and got into it.
Was
when
that
I
also a
younger.
show?
It was also a show. I have never seen
They're-
the show.
literally, it's all right. We need to sell this toy. How do we sell this toy? Let's make an anime about it.
Really? I mean, it worked for Pokemon.
Ready?
Yeah.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Beyblade. I can keep going.
Wait, hold on. Bakugan? That was where you rolled the things.
I
onto
never
the
heard of a
cards?
Bakugan until 2 years ago.
Really?
Kenny. Can we all yell at Kenny?
God, Kenny!
Kenny!
Why? Panos, join in!
Panos, you have
Yeah,
to yell
why?
at Kenny.
Panos, that was a very weak yell.
Yeah, I
You
know.
can
I'm
do
not,
that. Panos, with
I'm,
your
in,
chest.
I'm in no mood
Deep
to yell.
breath.
right now.
Deep breath. Deep
You
breath
got
in.
this. From the diaphragm.
Kenny!
There you go.
Kenny.
Yeah.
It was better.
Yeah.
It was better. It was better.
I mean, I didn't want to scream and end up breaking the mics.
That's why. That's why I
That's-
rolled
yeah,
back.
Because I
that's why
can
you
scream
gotta-
much.
That's why
I
they
can,
back up, and I turned down the mics about
Yes.
50 decibels.
Because we don't want Nate to come in here and be like, "Yo, I love the anime talk," but
Or
you're-
worse, Annabella.
Oh, if Annabella shows up, hi Annabella, if you're listening, I hope you have a great morning. I know we're talking about nerd stuff,
The
but
past
I
20
really don't
minutes, she's
care.
not understood a word.
I know that's the ironic thing. I love it.
But anyway, I discovered what Bakugan is 2 years ago. I never heard about it.
It was
no,
so-
no, not Bakugan. No, I knew that. I meant to say Beyblade.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh.
Beyblade had a
Did
resurgence.
you
for
ever
like a
see like
year.
the Ninjago Beyblade?
Oh yeah, I
I
remember
just
they
heard
used
of
to do
Beyblade.
that.
I was never a Ninjago guy. I feel like if it came out like maybe 5 to 7 years earlier, I would have been all over that.
You know what's a great Lego set though?
What? Wait, as you're thinking of that, can I just say I had COVID last Halloween. I caught it after
I remember.
Halloween. Yes, because we were on the buzz.
Yes.
Yeah. So after I healed and but it was too soon to for me to be comfortable to hang out with friends because don't get people sick.
You know, yeah.
Of course.
I went to the mall.
I already like where this
I
is
went to
going.
the mall.
I
went to the Lego
mall.
store
Oh.
and I bought the Cantina from the Star Wars. It was the last set in the store. I bought the Cantina and I watched 5 days of Star Wars straight and just built the Cantina, and it was an
That
amazing
sounds
time
like
in
a
life.
great 5 days.
It was unbelievable. So now there's a Lego Cantina in my room. I'm
that's
just
awesome.
flexing now.
I get
You
it.
should.
We get it. You're
Yeah.
flexing. The Lego set that has me intrigued the most. There's two, because I was Lego shopping last week after the buzz.
Yeah,
Um,
as you should.
Of course. Well, it's because I want to. There's a ship in a bottle. I saw it on Amazon. It looks really cool. Like
A
Kenny, if you
Lego ship in a
pull
bottle?
up a picture. Yes, it's a Lego
Is
ship
it
in a bottle.
is it a real bottle?
No,
or
it's
is it
not a real
Lego
bottle. It's a plastic bottle. And then there's also a newly released because Seinfeld is now on Netflix. which I watched.
Really?
Yes,
It
Seinfeld's
is.
on
Yeah.
Netflix.
I might
It
actually
is.
watch it now. I've never
is.
ever watched a single episode of Seinfeld.
airline food?
I knew a guy. He was. I can't say that. That's actually what I mean. I'll tell you guys later.
Okay, but there's a Lego Seinfeld set now, where it's like the main.
Really?
Yeah. So what?
Wait,
what
why
I'm
is it now
hoping-
that it's on Netflix? It's on like.
I
do
don't know.
have
They
a
just. I think
partnership?
there was always a plan to do it. I think they just
Cross-promoted?
released it because they did Friends. They've done
Interesting.
Seinfeld. So I'm hoping they do 2 other sets. They do Cheers, and they
Cheers
do
is a great show.
and they do It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If they do It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Lego set, you can have my money. I don't care what the price is. Like that.
I
is-
actually really want to buy this
also
ship in a
Letterkenny.
bottle.
If they do a Letterkenny Lego set,
I pulled up the ship in a bottle for you.
Look at that.
I see that.
How
See,
much does that run for? Can you
That's
click the link?
running for
$70.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about
Wow.
$70.
So
Non-advertisement.
everyone, my birthday is in March.
My birthday's in May. If you want to be my new best friend and get it for me,
Mine is first.
Neither
so-
of these
Mine's
aren't.
July. I just
neither of
passed.
these are advertisements, by the way. We're just really broke.
Yeah.
Look at that old fishing store.
Exactly.
Wait, guys, it's kind of like low key a bucket list item of mine to like
But there's
build
the
an
Seinfeld set.
entire
That should be the first picture.
like you know how they have like Lego City.
Yeah.
I want to build a Lego City. Like, have you ever seen the Lego movie?
Yes.
That's my dream.
So you
basement.
want to be Will Ferrell?
Yes,
Okay.
and like at all times, I want to be Will Ferrell. Will
doesn't?
Ferrell is like one of my favorite
Will Ferrell's awesome.
actors ever. He's the goat. Honestly, I just kind of want to hang out with Will Ferrell for a day.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be the greatest day of my life.
Step Brothers.
Do you think that he's like as goofy funny in real life? I feel like that's a switch. Like Eric Andre is actually like a very cool, calm, and collected person.
Yeah.
In real life.
Despite the fact that he's like, it's time to
Have
deliver a
you seen-
pizza ball.
Have you seen him at the
Mike,
the
were you
art-
there for that movie note we did with the Eric Andre movie?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, that one's so funny. Bad Trip.
That one. Yeah, you
Wow.
were working that night.
Excellent movie.
See,
It
this
was
is why
so
you don't
funny.
do movie nights on Mondays. I can't work.
I recommended that my
Oh, no, it was
professor
Friday.
watch that,
It was a
not
Friday.
remembering the zoo scene. And I was very worried that the next week she would come in and be mad. But she was like, "What a great movie. It was so funny." And I was like, "Thank God." I was like, "Oh."
It's a very funny movie.
I instantly an instant regret.
And I thought I'd hate it.
Sort of recommendation of a show to sort of build off of that point was Kenny. You'll find this funny. I recommended Letterkenny to Annabella, and if you've seen an episode of Letterkenny, you will know that
It's
it is
very dry.
predominantly a guy show.
Oh, 100%.
It is definitely like I have a friend. She loves watching it with me because she can't understand it. But at the same time, she's like, "This is a guy show. Why did you recommend this to Annabella?"
You know, she would hate it.
But I think I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she'd like it. I feel like it's very funny.
You know, it's a guy show that's really funny. The League. Have you
Never
ever
saw
seen
that.
The League?
that has who does that have? I know that off the top.
Nick Kroll.
No,
is in the
it's
league.
someone
That
else.
guy's in Big Mouth. He made
Yeah.
Big Mouth.
He
Yeah.
makes Big Mouth. I think there's a new season.
Big
coming
Mouth
out soon.
season 5 coming out. I'm very excited.
Not an advertisement.
No.
Not an advertisement. We're
Big
just
Mouth
talking
is
about it.
Big Mouth is one. There are a few shows that I drop everything and like binge.
So
Big Mouth is one of them.
I have grown out of touch with Big Mouth,
How can you grow out of touch with Big
and
Mouth?
it's not.
Please
it's-
elaborate
It's
because
not
that doesn't
I
compute.
don't dislike the show. I think everyone has put in a lot of effort into it, but there's some moments where I'm just like, why is this on screen? And it's gotten to the point where I feel
That's fair.
Such as?
I just we'd be fined by the FCC for days if I were to list the moments.
Fair.
So I will just say there are some moments where I go, okay, why am I actually putting the time and effort into watching the show?
I have never once thought that Big Mouth is a crowning jewel of television.
You know what is a crowning jewel of television? BoJack Horseman. Everyone can.
BoJack
leave
is
it
a
alone.
great show.
Like BoJack Horseman.
Here's the thing.
You're
Here's
wrong.
my
Panos, what's your opinion? Which is better? You gotta pick one.
Just because I've only watched Big Mouth and Big Mouth.
Thank you.
Nice.
Why?
Nice. Yes, Panos.
Thank you, Panos.
This is all I'll say on BoJack. I was consuming BoJack when I was in a rough place mentally,
That's literally the only time to consume BoJack.
and BoJack will
I was vibing.
BoJack will kick you when you're down. Like,
It does not
do not watch BoJack if you're struggling with any kind of
does
mental
not care.
illness, because it will literally kick you in the teeth and spit on you. Like Big Mouth.
And you don't want to be kicked in the teeth by a horse.
No, you don't.
No.
great
Or
show.
spit on by
Oh,
a
it's a
horse.
great show. Will Arnett
Great
does
show,
an
just-
amazing performance.
Yep.
But
Just know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So Panos, what are your thoughts on Big Mouth?
Well, I'm gonna get slandered,
Oh boy.
most likely.
but
You
I've
didn't
only
like it.
I've only seen like one episode of it.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
what were your
Because-
thoughts?
Because I'm
No, I'm not yelling
because
at
I'm
Panos.
horrible at getting into new
I
shows.
yell
Like
at
I
That's why
can't
I
do
want to.
it. Like I cannot get into a new show alone. Like it has to be with someone. So I haven't
Interesting.
That's fair.
I haven't gotten into very many new shows.
Don't boo Panos. That's fair reason.
That's not fair reason.
That is a fair reason.
It's a good show.
It's
No, it's a
Listen.
great show.
Thank you.
listen.
Thank you,
I'm not
Trent.
saying it's a bad show. I'm just saying that's a fair reason not to get into something. You need the motivation to. If
I
there's no
don't know.
motivation there, then there's no reason to watch it.
Sometimes you gotta
Alright,
take a
it.
leap.
I take that back.
Yeah, I got you, homie. I may yell at you all the time, but I got you.
I take it back.
Anyway,
Good.
Big Mouth is really, really funny, and you can watch it if you want to. But
Yeah,
you don't
we're
have
not.
to.
We're not
I didn't know it was
encouraging
coming
anything.
out next month.
Is it next month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
look it up.
Oh, nice.
no, is it November? or
It is.
it-
I looked it up.
That's
Oh.
so great because we're gonna be like home for Thanksgiving, maybe, probably,
not.
and then I'll be able to binge it.
Most likely.
I just need some Big Mouth in my
Mouth
life.
Release.
Can you look up Letterkenny season 10, by the way,
5.
please? And
I can
thank
in
you.
a second. Friday, November 5th.
Yeah.
So that means
it'll be right around midterms.
that
Ooh.
you can come back
We need
on
that.
the Monday and
Ooh.
talk about it.
Is that on the board?
Well, it's not on the board. No.
The
We need to redo the whole board one day, Kenny. You and me.
We do, but there's a problem. We can talk about that. I've tried adding things. It's a very involved process.
Trent. We get it. You like
You know,
Roblox,
that's
but there's
from-
some.
No, that is not Roblox,
Listen,
sir.
listen. I know
That's
that's I know that's
Minecraft.
Minecraft, but to the viewers at home,
Oh.
it sounds like something completely different.
I think it sounds like Minecraft. I think it's a spot.
You're not doing a
on.
very good Minecraft impression. I will say that.
Is it not?
It was making me think of something else that we can't say online.
Do the Minecraft hit.
No,
buddy.
don't. We
That's
don't have
it.
the
All right,
time.
I'll do it for you. Oh
No, Trent,
That
stop.
actually wasn't that bad.
Thank you, Kenny. I thought it was pretty good.
Huh.
And when you die,
Today's show is chaos. I'm getting fired.
King's Chaos.
That's on tomorrow, actually,
Goodness.
not today.
Well, still.
Nice try though.
I tried.
You did try. You did try.
I,
It
I
is-
was very punny.
You are right though. It is on 90.3 WMSC Upper
Upper
Montclair.
Montclair.
It is on that station, just as we are, and just as the show will be tomorrow, because we're leaving. Right?
That is
Bye.
correct.
Goodbye.
Have a good day, everybody.
Goodbye, people and everybody. I don't know what I'm saying.
Panos, any last words?
Oh yeah, Panos, come on.
Any last minute advice?
Leave the people with something
Come on.
inspiring.
Yeah.
All right, something inspiring. There you go.
He's got a point.
Panos! Come on!
Come on! 90.3 WMSC Upper
You're
Montclair.
listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, the voice of Montclair.